This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham, and it's Happy New Year. This is our first show back for the year 2026, eh, Rob?
Yes, it is.
And I do. I've got my co-host back in the hot seat with me today. Thank you, Robbie Hull, for joining us today. And you've got your first guest of 2026.
My first guest for 2026 is Hallie Halliday from Coldest Night. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks so much for having me.
What is Coldest Night and what do they do?
So Cornerstone Landing is a registered not-for-profit charity here in Lanark County in Smiths Falls, and we work with youth who are the age of 16 to 24 who are homeless or who are at risk of homelessness.
What do you do at Cornerstone Landing?
So I'm the manager at Cornerstone Landing, and so I help support our outreach staff to make sure that they have the resources and supports that they need to support the youth with what they need.
How long have you worked there?
I've worked there since about 2018. I only became the manager in 2024.
How many young people are homeless that you know about?
So we work with about 100 youth a year or just over, and currently I think we're supporting around 45 youth. Now some of those youth are housed and we're helping them maintain that housing and finding some stability for them, and then some of them are in more transitional type housing.
You have an early fundraiser called Coldest Night of the Year. How long has this been going on?
So Coldest Night of the Year is our biggest fundraiser of the year. We've been doing it for about 9 years, but it's actually a national fundraiser, Canadian-wide, and it's been going on for a lot longer than that.
What is the Coldest Night of the Year about?
So Coldest Night of the Year is a family-friendly fundraiser walk to support those local to us who are hurt, hungry, or homeless.
Where does it happen?
So this year our main location is going to be in Carleton Place at the Canoe Club. But we also have off-site walkers coming from, so there's people are walking in Smiths Falls with Trinity United Church. There's some folks walking with the Perth Community Church in Perth. But people can walk all over, wherever they want. My sister supports and she walks out in Halifax.
How do you register?
So you can register by going online to www.cnoy.org, and all you have to do is type in Lanark County and it'll pull you right to our Cornerstone team.
What should people do to be ready to walk outside?
So it's a 2-kilometer walk or a 5-kilometer walk. The choice is yours, and we do have the routes marked off, and we have route marshals who are driving around and patrolling to make sure everybody's safe. But I would definitely recommend making sure you've got your warm boots, your gloves, your toques, your hats on.
If you know about someone, or if you are someone who is homeless, what should they do?
So if you're within the ages of 16 to 24, then you would contact us at Cornerstone Landing directly, and you can reach out to us via email, giving us a call, Facebook, Instagram. We take referrals from all of those sources. If you're over the age of 24, then you connect with Lanark County Homelessness Response Team.
Thank you, Annie, for being here today. I am going to pass you back to Kathy to wrap up with a few more questions.
Thanks, Robbie.
All right, now you say there's about 40 youth that you're supporting right now?
Yeah, about 40, 45 youth that we're working with currently. We've got 1 full-time staff and 2 part-time staff. And so between them, yeah, we're managing about 40, 45 youth.
Now, you've been here many times before too, so can you explain to the folks too, homeless, like a lot of people think that somebody lying on the streets, they've got absolutely nowhere to go, it's freezing cold outside, and that sometimes is the case. What is homeless to some people?
Yeah, so it really varies. You know, here in Lanark County, we're pretty rural, so you don't tend to see the encampments out in public as you would normally. There's a lot of stigma around, you know, being homeless. A lot of people see it as a personal failure as opposed to like a systemic failure. So you don't see the encampments out on the street because people don't want to be seen by, you know, maybe their neighbor or their school teacher or their aunt, you know, whatever. So homelessness here, we see a lot. We do see a lot of folks, but they tend to be more camping, like back in the bush or behind, you know, bigger stores and that sort of thing. See a lot of people in cars. See a lot of people in like fishing, like ice fishing tents, but that's what they're living in permanently. See a lot of people in like trailers, but without heat and hydro connected, but they're just parked on somebody's property. And then you see a lot of folks who are, you know, couch surfing or, you know, maybe meandering between different places. We've had some folks living in sheds, like abandoned sheds, quite frequently.
Wow.
And then you have more of the folks who are, yeah, maybe staying between like a friend and like a grandma or something like that. You see a lot of folks get put up in the motels locally to help them kind of find their way for a couple days. And then we've got a couple transitions homes in the county and a couple like hostels and that sort of thing as well.
Yeah, well, it's amazing what people can make into a home when they don't have a roof over their head, you know, be it in the middle of winter when it's cold or in the middle of summer when the mosquitoes are bad. You know, they'll find something for shelter.
Yeah, I've worked with folks who were living in, you know, houses that were abandoned and didn't have running water, didn't have heat, like all summer, all winter. I think it just goes to show that like home is a lot more than just, you know, 4 walls and a roof. It's a place where you can, you know, feel safe and secure and know that you have a place to sleep the next night. I think that's, you know, one of the misconceptions when it comes to like couch surfing. Like your body still isn't able to relax or rest. Like your nervous system is still quite heightened, right? Because you don't know where you're going to sleep tomorrow. So you might be safe for right now, but also whose couch are you on? Are you safe? You know, and all those different pieces come into it. So there's just such like a vast majority of what being unstably housed looks like.
That's right, that's right. Now when you get referrals too, is it mostly from the youth themselves or is it like a teacher, a family member, or somebody that saw somebody, a tent in the bush sort of thing?
Yeah, we tend to get a lot of referrals. So if you're a youth under the age of 18, to access any kind of financial assistance, you have to have a trustee. So obviously the youth that we're working with, they don't have a responsible adult in their life that could be that trustee. So we get a lot of referrals from Ontario Works for those 16, 17-year-olds because we're the only ones in the county that can provide that service. We always see an uptick in October. Once teachers get eyes on students after the summer, by October they can have a good feel for who's being fed and washed and who's got supports at home. Family and Child Services, we get some referrals from, and then yeah, a lot of youth. We're in, not as much before, but definitely like pre-COVID, we were in the schools all the time connecting with youth, and so you'd be standing there with the youth, and you know, their buddy would be like, who are you talking to? And you'd say, oh, that's Ellie, my caseworker, she's helping me like maintain my housing and pay my bills, and they'd be like, oh, can you connect me? And that sort of thing as well.
That's right. Wow, great for you. So Coldest Night of the Year is a big fundraiser for you.
Yeah, biggest fundraiser of the year.
Absolutely. February 28th?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You say most of it's in Carleton Place, but there are some smaller walks here.
Yeah, so main site is going to be in Carleton Place at the Canoe Club, same place we held it last year. We have had it in Smiths Falls and in Perth. Right now we've kind of done 2 Smiths Falls, 2 Perth, 2 Carleton Place. But we've got tons of supporters this year, and so we will have some off-site walkers in Smiths Falls and Perth too.
So the coldest night of the year and walking outside is just sort of an example, gives people an idea of what our youth could be
Yeah, exactly.
experiencing.
It gives that experience of what it's like to be walking around, you know, folks looking at you, wondering what you're doing, what's going on, but in a more positive light, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So is there anything you need from the public? Do you need more sponsors? Do you need more volunteers? Is there anything else you need?
So I should mention, we get great support from the Canadian Federation of University of Women, Perth District.
Yes.
They really supply us with all of our volunteers, and they're huge supporters of ours, and bring in tons of donations for us. What we do really need is, more teams, more walkers, more sponsors. This fundraiser it really runs our rent supplement program, so we really can't do our rent supplements without this. And so we give about $3,000 a month out across the county, like Lanark County and Smiths Falls, directly to landlords to kind of really create that fast, affordable housing for youth. And so they're not using their whole, whether it's their job or their financial assistance on rent.
That's
so
right.
it's
That's
super
right.
important for us.
Rent is so expensive. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So you've got a new chair of your board as well, too.
We do, yes. So we've welcomed Bill Janes. We're very excited to have him. He's a retired mental health nurse with a background in carpentry, so he fits right in with us. And we're very excited to have him.
Excellent, excellent. And I believe you said you're the manager now. I think that's happened since the last time you were here.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow, yeah.
That happened in 2024. So
Oh, 2024. Oh, you've been here since then. So okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, good for you for stepping
so
up.
excited. Yeah, it's going. We're running and going and. Yeah.
Excellent. Good for you. Good for you. So once again, coldest night of the year is February 28th. People want to register. Once again, tell them how to do that.
Yeah, so you can go online to www.cnoy.org, so coldest night of the year. And you just have to type in Cornerstone Landing or Lanark County and we'll pop right up. And if you have any issues, you can just give us an email or a call. All our stuff is posted on Facebook and online on our website.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you very much, Ellie Halliday, the manager of Cornerstone Landing. Thank you very much for joining us today, and thanks again for your help today, Rob.
You're very welcome there, Kathy.
Thank you.